boy, oh boy, oh boy. Sony, how in the blue hell did you think doing what you're doing what you did to Gran Turismo was a smart idea? And be surprised when the situation blows up in your face. Hey guys, it's RTB here. Once again, what's up everybody? I know I'm late to this topic. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, so PlayStation has a big exclusive racer called Gran Turismo. It's a racing game, very popular one. Has a lot of fans. I haven't played it, but I know of it because because the promotions for it online or people talk about it on Facebook and Twitter. Just love Gran Turismo. It looks like a fun, interesting racing game. However, the recent decision that they did, and what makes it funny ultimately, Sony was acting like, oh, there's nothing we can do about it. There's nothing we can do about how the game is. And then as the backlash got really, really bad, people getting upset, shaking their fists, either review bombing or returning the game, they started to backpedal and show that, oh, they could have done it the entire time. Whoops. So what's the controversy? Well, first off, in this new generation, I want to announce that even though I don't have a PS5, I managed to snag an Xbox Series X by an incredible miracle. I don't know how I managed to get one, but I got one. But I've noticed, at least with this generation of games are now $70. I disagree, especially the way the economy is right now. But fine, okay. As long as you stop microtransactions in your games, I'll be cool with it. So you're going to stop doing that, right? Right? Ha ha! Wrong! They're still fucking doing it, kids. That's right. They decided to add microtransactions to Gran Turismo. But and if you thought the Final Fantasy, racing game was scummy, I heard it plays well, but it's really scummy with how the in-game economy is. Oh boy, that makes it like an after-school special in comparison to what Gran Turismo was doing. So, for example, let's say you want a hot red Ferrari, right? That's your dream car that you want to drive around in Gran Turismo, right? So, and you don't want to do the grinding, you're not getting enough points, which you're doing that on purpose to make you buy it. So it's too grinding for you. It's like, I just want to buy it. How much is it? It will cost you to buy a car. One car, mind you. $40. That's right. $40 fucking dollars. So not only, right? Check this out. Not only you paid $70 to get this game. To get the dream car you want to race in that said game, you have to pay $40. Plus, they did this shit, which again, I don't know whose idea was to bring this back, but I would kick that person in the balls. And they've not seen the track record of doing that particular thing and how it just destroys a game, but yet they keep. It's just God, always online. Yeah, I know. I bet you're cringy. Really? After what happened with SimCity, that's still a thing? Fucking yup. Always online. Always online. So on top of the $70 for the game, $40 to buy a particular car you want, you gotta pay but $60 for PlayStation Online, the PSN subscription service. So there's that, and then during one day, I think it was when the shit really hit the fan. The PlayStation Network, that's the word, PlayStation Network, Online Pass, and it's funny because they had to do maintenance with it, and guess what? The internet was down. So guess what? You couldn't play Gran Turismo. So the game you spent $70 on, $40 to get the car you want, plus additional $60 for online, which that's a lot of fucking money, you couldn't get access to it because of maintenance. And people were fucking furious. And rightfully so. Rightfully so, man. It's bad enough you're raising the prices of games, considering that the economy is not doing so hot right now. It's not really doing hot. And you're taking advantage of a bad situation. And you have the balls to raise the prices, yet still do bullshit that people don't like. At all. At all. And what makes it worse, this, I can understand this is like Ubisoft or Activision or Square Enix. Like, I expect that from them, but Sony, you're above that shit. This is your exclusive baby. You should be rising above that shit, not be a part of it. And then, what makes it funny, the head creator of the series was like, was talking as if he had his hands tied. Like, well, I'm sorry about what's going on. I know it's frustrating players with the grind. Oh yeah, on top of that, on top of the whole situation for PSN maintenance, having to do maintenance, thus online being down, thus you couldn't play the game, people were still doing well enough to at least earn enough money to buy the cars in game. They did an update so you earned even less, so that way it can frustrate you, thus reaching to your wallet to spend $40 to buy the in-game car. It's disgusting. And then the creators acting like, oh, it's just, that's how the game is. There's nothing we can do about it. Our hands are tied. Oh, no. Oh, woe is us. Like, it's kind of, what this bullshit reminds me of? When Xbox was, when the Xbox One came out, and they were doing the online DRM, they're doing the DRM shit, and you couldn't play used games and shit, and all that bullshit, and people were saying, and people like Angry Joe reviewing one of the head guys at Microsoft saying, couldn't you maybe not do that? And he was trying to like make Angry Joe look stupid, like how dare you ask these questions and whatnot, even though Angry Joe was trying to be patient and trying to like, kudos to Angry Joe, his interview's still up if you want to see it, trying to talk to, make Xbox maybe backtrack the decision and because he knows what was coming, but they were like, they were going to die in that hill, and because of that, they lost that console, they lost that generation console war to Sony because of their ignorance, and now they've been playing catch up ever since because of that stupid stunt they fucking did. And of course the infamous, if you don't want always online or DRM, or you don't want to play used games, just buy an Xbox 360. People are like, okay, they did that instead, and then buy an Xbox One, you dumbass. Way to go. Way to fucking undercut your own new system before it even fucking came out. So the same thing here. It's all like, oh, we can't do anything about it. Our hands are tied. Woe is us. And then when the backlash came, with people noticing that they're getting less reward, and especially when, PSN was down for an update, and they couldn't access the game, the fans were furious. Furious. And all of a sudden, they were backtracking. They're doing a new update to where you can earn points enough again to buy cars in game. The thing that they claimed, the creator claimed they couldn't do. Their hands are tied. The game is just the way it is and how it's gonna be. Sorry, kind of add to. All of a sudden, they're desperately backpedaling because people were either returning copies, review bombing the game, saying that to buy this shit. Oh, and what made it worse, and I almost forgot about this shit, when critics like IGN, Game Informer, I forget what's another good outlet. IGN, Game Informer, Giant Robot. To give you, that's another good one. For example, when they got their review copies, they didn't have that microtransaction shit. They just got the base game without that shit. So people couldn't properly review what's it like having that stuff in the game. So they just reviewed the game as it is, and of course it got high praise. And people are thinking, well, I guess I guess it's good. And then they added it after launch, a little bit after launch. Once once it went live, they went maybe 48 hours, I think 24 to 48 hours after the critics reviewed it, or after about after the launch, then they decided to sneakily put in the microtransactions so that people have to and frustrate them so they can buy the cars. It is just disgusting. It is stupid. Sony, you should be absolutely ashamed of yourselves for pulling such a stupid stunt and act like you can't do nothing about it, because now you're backpedaling. Don't ever do this shit again. Like, no company should do this again. If you're demanding more, you can't be doing that shit no more. I'm sorry, especially in this economy, if you're gonna charge $70 now, that bullshit needs to cut out. No microtransactions, no loot boxes, no battle passes. They're all stupid and nobody likes them. They're dumb. The more you charge, the more you cannot do that shit. And you showed. You try to fucking, take people's money out of their wallet, and no. Shame. Do better. Otherwise, Microsoft will take over, because they'll be happy to be in first place. And so far, they're making a lot of the right moves to do so, because even your answer to Xbox Pass is hot garbage. So, alright, guys, tell me your thoughts on this whole Gran Turismo, this scam Turismo, people are calling it, in the comment section below. I definitely want to hear you guys' thoughts on this matter. Jesus Christ, man. You would think with the price hike they cut the shit, but nope. They're still doing shit like it's business as usual. And that's not cool. Alright, guys, tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts on the matter. As always, please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. As always, Rockingtheblade signing out. Hope to see you guys again real soon. Peace out. Have a great day.